In the digital era, it's not enough to master your profession. You've also got to master marketing. As an active life teacher, the following step-by-step guide is intended to help you create high-quality, professional digital content for your active life subscribers. Setting yourself apart starts with the quality and composition of your video. Developing your digital presence can quickly become a pricey endeavor, but it doesn't have to start that way. We've broken this down by phases. We'll start with a few essentials to help you produce quality content without breaking the bank. Once you're ready, move on to the next phase and up your game. Phase 1, Tutorial 1. Essentials: a lavalier or lapel mic, 2 cameras, 2 tripods. For Phase 1, you need only a few pieces of equipment and a basic understanding of framing, lighting, composition, and editing. Everything mentioned herein will be shown as links in the tutorial notes below this video. Let's talk cameras. Employed properly, today's phones can be sufficient to function as your primary camera. But to make your life easier, a second camera, whether it's another unused phone lying around or an actual video camera like a DSLR, is essential. If we had to rank the most important reasons for 2 cameras, coming in at number 1 is editing freedom. Principally, the freedom to make mistakes. Unlike a scripted show, you are typically doing a class straight through, or in one take, as we might say. The second camera filming from a different angle gives you the ability to cover up and modify during filming. Here's an illustration. Camera 1 is here, camera 2 is here. I'm telling my viewers about how... Oh wait, I forgot what I was going to say. Right, I'm telling my viewers about how 2 cameras can make for a seamless cut. Now, let's pause and remove my mental lapse. Notice how we start with the straight-on angle, then cut to the profile? I'm telling my viewers about how 2 cameras can make for a seamless cut. The mistake never happened. Supposing you don't mind a few organic mistakes here and there, a 2-camera setup still provides something a 1-camera setup simply can't compete with: intimacy and dynamism. We use these wide shots to demonstrate to our class a particular motion, but at the right moment, cutting to a closer angle provides a feeling of intimacy that fosters a relationship with our viewer. In terms of dynamism, cutting between 2 angles is simply more interesting than a 1-shot. Next, let's talk about lighting. If you're filming inside, most overhead lighting not only casts unattractive shadows around the eyes, but just as fatal for most cinematic video is too warm a color. On camera, without any correction, this gives the skin an unattractive yellow tone. Where possible, utilize natural light filtering in through a window. Turn off all overhead lights and position yourself where natural light is abundant but not overwhelming. We're also trying to avoid overexposing you. Finally, if you can't avoid using those warm lights inside your house, you'll do yourself a huge favor to look up videos that explain how to properly white balance. Most all cameras that shoot video offer adjustable white balance settings, and newer phones do as well, or you can find an app like Filmic Pro that offers a suite of solutions. Filming outside provides ample natural light, but we want to be careful about how much and where it's coming from. When the sun is anywhere near its zenith, the light casting straight down produces similar problems as overhead indoor lighting. Shady spots can be helpful, but only if your body is entirely shaded. Where possible, put the sun behind you when you film, but don't aim your camera's lens directly at it. Aim for a time of day when the sun isn't overhead. This is most ideal. In a later tutorial, we'll discuss lens filters, particularly variable neutral density filters, or ND filters. These are more or less sunglasses for your camera. While not a more preferred solution than proper lighting, used in tandem they can soften light and reduce harshness on skin and the lightest parts of your video image known as the highlights. These are eventually going to be one of your essentials for elevating your outdoor video production anyway, but we'll get to that. Most phones have some version of filtering built in, but it's not quite there in terms of skin. Our phones are biased toward providing you brilliant blue skies and green grass. Positioning your cameras, our next important concept. You want to have the camera lens at or just about eye level in most cases. Avoid filming yourself from an upward angle, which is unflattering, or too extreme a downward angle, which takes away your presence. Next up is sound. To make this short and sweet, there is one hard and fast sound rule to filming high-quality video. Do not rely on your camera's built-in microphone or a microphone plugged into your camera or your phone. Neither of them. We're going to start a rumor right now that hopefully becomes gospel. The only reason your camera has the ability to capture audio is so you can match it up or sync to the good audio that we're going to talk about now. There are an abundance of lapel/lavalier mics on the market. They range in price and quality. Where you can do it yourself or go cheap on, say, a tripod, you absolutely owe it to yourself to get a decent audio setup. Your voice is tied for the most important element to your video. I personally cannot recommend enough the Tascam DR10L, a lapel mic, and at $199, it's reasonably priced with rich tones and wonderful audio. Ultimately, get what you can afford, but read the reviews and control what you can control. Now it's time to discuss the edit. First off, most cameras have a recording limit, typically 30 minutes, until you have to start a new clip. Your phone is limited only to the amount of space you have. Well, and sometimes heat if you're recording too much. Your lapel mic will probably record until next Tuesday if you forget to turn it off. But be mindful of your camera's recording limits as well as your storage capacity so you don't do half your class for the birds. Okay, we've filmed and recorded the audio for our class. Since you've used 2 cameras, you may have a number of clips or perhaps just 2 long clips. Either way, we need to get those clips along with the audio from a lapel mic to one computer for the edit. Video from your phone can be transferred in several ways. Once on Wi-Fi, you can connect to your choice of cloud storage suites like Dropbox, Google Drive, or an iCloud account to sync and upload so those videos are accessible to the computer while you'll perform the edit. You can also perform transfers even faster by connecting your phone to your computer and using a program like CopyTrans or iTunes. Again, these items will be linked in the show notes. If you're using a DSLR, your video will be recorded to an SD memory card. Newer computers come with an SD card reader, or you can purchase an adapter that plugs into a USB drive. Your lapel mic most likely employs a micro SD card, so you want to ensure that you have a reader that accepts varied memory cards or make use of an adapter. Most lapel mics do offer a small adapter that quickly turns a micro SD card into a standard. On the topic of editing, there are a host of editing programs out there. They range in price and learning curve. If you've practiced in one of the major NLEs, great. Otherwise, this video assumes you're starting from scratch. YouTube's Creator Academy is a free online introductory means by which to start producing your videos. A link will be provided in the video notes. They also have outstanding tutorials to walk you through your first edit. If producing high-quality videos becomes a major part of your business, you eventually owe it to yourself to begin learning on a more powerful editing suite like Adobe Premiere, Final Cut, Avid, etc. The rabbit hole for mastering audio is a deep one as well, but for the basics, your DR10L will provide a solid foundation right away. Some inexpensive basic video editing and sound sync software will only run you $25 to $40. A couple of solid ones are linked in the notes below. Tutorials for using them and how to sync audio are abundant on YouTube. In future tutorials, we'll get into lenses, filters, lighting kits, the rule of thirds, and even a little storyboarding, but that's it for now. Included below, of course, are the links to help you get started. A little internet sleuthing can help you get some great deals on inexpensive equipment.